Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing the journey of Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, of course, from Netflix. This is episode 4, Into the Dark. Interesting. So, we are not finished with Omashu, and I was thinking, based on episode 2 with Kyoshi Island and everything in the Kyoshi Warriors, we were going to be leaving Omashu in the same episode we get introduced to it, because we have things to get to, because we only have 8 episodes versus 20 from the animated series. Obviously, longer episodes, but only 8. Like, I know I'm still complaining. It's not like a broken record, but still, I wish there was more episodes. But regardless, so we're still in Omashu. Aang was captured at the very end of the episode, and I'm guessing at this point he's gonna meet the king and realize, holy crap, you're my friend from all these years ago, and they're gonna have that connection. Or maybe it's gonna be one of those things to where he's not gonna believe it at first or whatever. The king, to Aang or whatever. We'll see what happens there, but there's a lot of things going on in terms of Jet, in terms of his crew and everything, because they were going to set off the bomb and everything, and Katara saved the day and everything. The more I've been thinking about this, because I took a little bit of a break after watching episode 3 a little bit, and the thinking for me is I'm still enjoying the show. I'm still having a good time, because I love the original series so much. I'm still enjoying it. I think the problems that I'm personally having is just becoming more apparent and just more of an issue for me, because I really feel this show deserves more like episodes and longer episodes too, because like, yeah, they're in the 50-ish minute range, some in the 40, and then of course the first one was at 1 hour, but I feel like if they would have gave this 13 episodes or even just 10, and they were all an hour-ish or a little bit more than an hour each, in 10 episodes, I feel like that would probably benefit the show even more, because they're putting a lot of money into the show already, but I feel like they could have maybe made it work, but it is what it is. But overall, I'm still enjoying the ride for what it is, and trust me, if I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't continue filming myself reacting to it. I really wouldn't. So anyways, guys, let's dive into it now. Let's check out episode 4, Into the Dark. Let's go.
With any luck, he's probably halfway back to his ship.
Interesting. Meeting again.
He started the fight and left you behind and ran away.
But in my experience, the Earthbenders aren't exactly kind to their fallen foes.
Yeah.
I was trying to protect you. The Firebenders said that they would kill us, and then they'd attack the city if I didn't cooperate.
Anything can be turned into a weapon in the wrong hands.
Exactly, 100%.
Especially with the Fire Nation. My father would have never done what you did.
Like that response. I do like that, yeah.
I found him.
Oh, that's Zuko. Oh, a flashback. Oh, wait, heard. Oh, my God.
Oh, hey, Billy.
There's nothing like earthbending masonry. No seams. Impenetrable prisons.
I like the parts of Omashu that aren't so depressing.
Cities are like people.
A war started by the Fire Nation. And a war the Fire Nation could end.
If it were only that simple. Victory or defeat. Not even the loved ones lost along the way.
That's why Zuko's so hot to catch me?
On the contrary, it is I who owe him.
The Avatar's lost.
No, it's not.
What about the tunnels?
Secret tunnels.
If you believe the tales, vengeful spirits guard the passages.
So,
Secret tunnel.
The pit?
An Earth Kingdom labor camp for prisoners of war.
Shit.
No one who's been sent there has ever been heard from again.
No. The Firebenders made it clear. Any resistance and they'll send everything they've got at us.
Let them come.
Ooh.
The prisoner you requested. He was caught fighting, destroying property.
He is not just an airbender. He is the master of all 4 elements.
He knows.
The savior of the world. And he's very, very good at rock skipping.
He knew. Yep. Yep.
Billy?
Pine bark? What idiot told you to put pine bark in it?
You did.
You did.
you betrayed us. Life may be simple in the South Pole.
Not fighting for anything you love. You're fighting because of hate.
Exactly. Okay, you're gonna fight now? Let's do it. What?
And if my commander finds out, I'm already in enough trouble this month.
The old firebender was taken to the pit.
Oh, it's a
Bring
feast.
a meal out
Wow.
for you. Two choices.
I'll take the stew. I don't eat meat.
Oh, okay.
That's right, you don't. Frozen in an iceberg for 100 years, huh? That
Yep.
must have been nice.
All the airbenders were wiped out. And I wasn't there to help them.
Exactly.
Oh, those monks were always a bit flighty.
Which is why you need to let me go. So I can save the waterbenders.
Have you been fighting the same fight for a century?
No, he has not.
Have you watched your whole world burn down around you? But you haven't lived for 100 years. Challenge accepted.
Yes. Okay.
Oma and Shu met on top of the mountain that divided their two villages.
Okay. I figured, yeah.
It'll be okay. There's nothing to be afraid
Oh my
of.
god, come on, secret tunnels. Secret tunnel!
They're doomed.
No.
I'm fine. Thank you. And I've got all the time in the world.
A word of advice, the direct path is not always the best path.
You mean I should take the route that doesn't? What are you trying to prove?
Prove? Maybe I'm trying to show you there are no easy journeys for the Avatar?
Well, what do you know? Love is brightest in the dark. Get it? It was a clue.
It said love is brightest in the dark, not glowy rocks.
Poetic license, like the minstrel said.
My problem is you're not taking me seriously. I'm not a little girl anymore.
Well,
you
we
keep
know that.
acting like
Yeah.
And you keep acting like you know everything when you couldn't even tell that a traitor was flat out lying to you.
Dad put me in
You're
charge.
not Dad!
Guess we're not in Wolf Cove anymore, are we?
Of course not.
Guess not.
There are no Mashu. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. I knew it. You shouldn't have went for it.
My brother, though. He had a soft heart. He was on watch the night you torched the Eastern Wall. All those lives lost. All that fighting. And Ba Sing Se still stands. I can still smell smoke when I go to sleep at night. War pushes us to the edge. Some of us don't like what we find there. You have no humanity.
You don't know. He does.
You know nothing of loss.
Is it true he abandoned the siege?
Yes, after his son was killed.
Take comfort in knowing that Lutan will forever be hailed as a champion of the Fire Nation.
What a great honor for you and for Lutan to die in the service of the Fire Nation. When my studies weren't going well and father was unhappy, he said it should belong to someone destined to do great things.
The music.
What I said about you and Dad.
He's not his dad, though. It's okay.
You led the tribe and protected us with nobody to help you.
We were here before, but this wall wasn't.
How is that possible?
It's not.
Lumi, all these challenges, games, tests, none that make any sense.
Nothing has made sense in 100 years. It's all about games with you, isn't it, Avatar?
It's
Who
not,
cares
but
about
okay.
Responsibility. Who cares about, saving the world? To the death.
Leave him last.
Do it! We've all seen enough death. We need to go.
Oh my god.
Katara, I'm sorry.
They gonna get you.
What's going on? Are we dead?
It's blind.
Excuse me, Mr. Badgermole. We'd really appreciate if you could show us the way to the palace. Please?
Oh shit, Aang. Careful. Ooh. Up.
You were the Avatar, and you left us. Especially your friends.
Watch it. Oh.
It's time for the games to end.
Boomy, I can't hold both of them. Help me!
Let it fall. Let it fall. Do I save this town or that? Who gets the last of the food scraps, the orphanage, or the soldiers? You have to save the whole world. Let it fall, Aang. And learn what it means to be the Avatar. Huh? You didn't do it on your own, so you didn't learn anything at all. You think like a child.
Is that really so bad? You're right. I wasn't here for the world.
Fire Nation forces are on the move. They'll be here by dawn.
You're under attack?
We will be. But we will be ready. One more challenge for you.
It seems we are always getting on or off boats.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps that is our lot in life, Prince Zuko.
Oh, right after it happened.
Ah, good. It's not too late.
I don't need a babysitter.
How about a friend?
Mm-hmm. And there you have it, guys. Episode 4 of the live-action Avatar Last Airbender. I think I might be crazy. I don't think so, but maybe I am. I'm pretty sure they were playing little bits and pieces of Leaves from the Vine. Of course, the beautiful song from Avatar Last Airbender, sang by Iroh about his son. I'm pretty sure they were playing bits of that. You can hear music. I'm pretty sure. Now, if I'm crazy, I'm crazy. But regardless. Solid episode. Another solid episode of the show. And I think what was the highlights is King Boomy and Aang, especially their fight towards the end when there was the last test, the last game, if you will. I think that was very good because a clip was put online about that sequence, and it's a very short clip. It's like where the rock is coming back and Aang is slow-mo jumping over it. Like, you know, he's like jumping as it's going under, he's going over. There was a lot of people online saying this looks terrible, it's horrible, and I get it. You know, you can have your opinion and everything, but when you actually watch it in context of the whole entire sequence, it actually works out because of what happens right before that in terms of the dialogue, because King Boomy knows it's Aang, knows he's the Avatar, but he is so angry and upset and frustrated that Aang was gone for 100 years, and he didn't have to live through all of this, and he had to. So, a lot of emotion, a lot of, like, you know, things coming out, because King Boomy, he's a little crazy, as he is, but there was also that emotion, that tension, and that anger coming out throughout his scenes with Aang. Also, another thing to highlight is, I think, seeing more Iroh, especially before and after when Zuko saved him, because having that earthbender soldier talking to Iroh along the path and hitting him at one point and going through the whole detail about why he hates him so much and basically making it more miserable for him and almost killing him, having the rock floating over him. Pretty brutal. You know, showing that there was a darker side to Iroh at one point, and Iroh's not that man anymore. Iroh's playing it up in front of him, and then of course he doesn't kill him, right? He has the opportunity to then kill him when Zuko saves him, because Zuko came in kicking ass, taking names. Iroh did as well a little bit, but Zuko was really doing more of the fighting. But Iroh chose not to kill him because there's already been too much bloodshed, too much loss. There's already been too many deaths already as it is, because Iroh is not in the mindset of, let's just continue killing people. Iroh is in a very different place. Once he lost his son, everything changed for him. And I'm glad that we saw that scene. I don't know if that was shown in the original series, but the scene where it's right after, you know, Ozai burned, you know, Zuko's face and sent him off to go find the Avatar, which pretty much is banishing him from the Fire Nation, because essentially the idea is you're never going to find him, or if you do, it's going to be forever or whatever. So we're sending you away because you've been banished. And Iroh decides to go. And we see, even before that, we see the scene where Zuko hands back that medal that his son had won and giving it to Iroh, saying he was the strongest person I ever knew. And they have a bond, and they had a bond. And then we see it more so because right after, it seems like Iroh wasn't meant to go on this journey, and he actually is going on the journey. And having that moment, because you can tell in Iroh's face, his emotion, talking about home, like everything I need is on this boat, which is referring to Zuko, and you know the connection that Zuko had with his son, and the connection they have as you know Zuko and Iroh. So it all worked out, and then he went back to his tea, of course, his tea. But you can tell there's emotion behind that, and you even see that more so again too when Aang and Iroh are talking to each other across the way a little bit in their cells. Like they have some back and forth, because Aang is learning more about Zuko, saying he's doing this, like, you know, you could just stop the war. No. And you know, Iroh's like, look, my brother, he's all about victory or defeat. There is no just stopping the war. It's just not going to happen. And you see some parts, especially mentioning loss and everything, we know it's referring to his son. And so I'm glad that we saw more of that with Iroh in this episode, because they've been really teeing that up. Like, because in the first season of the original series, they did some bits and pieces of showcasing Iroh as not this, you know, crazy, like, you know, dictator or whatever, like his brother, the, you know, Fire Lord Ozai. He's a very different type of individual. And they were kind of hinting that and showing that with the tea and everything, and him basically being more relaxing. But because Zuko's the opposite, he's not relaxed at all. But here, so I think they're even pushing it more so that this is not a villain. He at one point he was. He has grown, he has changed, and he's still under the Fire Nation, but he's trying to lead Zuko on a different path, and he's trying to help him and trying to, you know, not be this angry kind of guy overruling everything, because Zuko, of course, is leading this whole thing against the Avatar and everything, but Iroh's trying to help, and I think they're really pushing that even more so. So I think it's going to work out better, maybe, because if we do get all 3 seasons of the show adapting the original 3 seasons of the animated series, then we're going to even see more so how Iroh changes over and goes to actually helping and stopping Ozai. So there's that. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, okay. Cabbages, that was really fast. That was a funny little moment there. My cabbages! But the thing I really wanted to get to, secret tunnel. I'm like, okay. They're talking about secret tunnels. We have to hear the song, because are we going to hear the song? And we did. Secret tunnels. I'm so glad it was involved in some sort of capacity. And having because I'm pretty sure they told the story, or was it someone else who told the story of the lovers in the secret tunnels? I'm not sure, but the way they did it, it felt kind of strange at first, because because the way it was kind of played out, he's like, oh, you want to go in the secret tunnel? You want to go in the place that no one ever come out? Okay, let me tell you the story. It's like, okay, because you just met these two, but okay. Katara and Sokka, they had a come to Jesus meeting, in a sense. Like, they had a really serious conversation in the tunnels, the secret tunnels, because the fact that they're still at kind of different perspectives on things because Katara's not a little girl anymore, but she's kind of making decisions that implies that she still is. Sokka is saying certain things and making decisions that's implying that he knows best and he's trying to be like his dad. And the thing is, Sokka is not his dad, and Katara yells that at him, which needed to be said, because Sokka is not his dad. Sokka wants to be because he's trying to protect the village that he's not even at anymore. But I get the point. He was entrusted to protect the village, and his whole mindset has been shifted because of this, because Dad's been gone for 3 years. And Katara has been growing up, and she's been, practicing more waterbending, which is once again shown in this episode. And she definitely is having a different perspective. And the fact is too, Jet is going down a dark path. He is. But she made a point to Sokka, look, he actually helped me help me with my bending, because when I was thinking of training and all this kind of stuff, I'm thinking of how Mom died, and that was the memory. But then Jet told me to think more positive about what, Mom's life and everything, and that changed everything around for him. That turned things around in his perspective. So I really appreciated that and enjoyed that, because I think she needed that. And the fact is, she told Sokka, look, I understand you're not fans of Jet, but at the same time, he helped me. And the thing is too, Sokka was also told that you could be an engineer. You could be something more than what you assume you need to be because your father is this, so you need to be this. It's all about finding your own path, being your own self. And I think they both needed to have those moments. Badger moles, really cool. We didn't really get to see them in the light. It was all in the dark. I get it because of CGI and everything and the cost of it. But the design of this badger mole was pretty good. I liked it. Just thinking any more in particular. I think as well with King Boomy and everything, and trying to teach Aang that there's choices that have to be made and everything, because, you're the Avatar. You're not just protecting a city, you're protecting the whole world. You're trying to change the whole world, obviously, for the better. But, you have to make a decision, because as he's holding up, and I'm like, he's not earthbending, because clearly you can see the wind around it. So they're making it very clear he was not earthbending, holding those two gigantic rocks up. But essentially, you have to make a decision. Let it drop. Let it kill me. And Aang's like, I'm not going to let this rock kill you, Boomy. I'm not going to let this happen to you. And so, of course, Sokka and Katara come in and help. And then he's like, you cheated. And he's like, no, I can have my friends help me. Like, it's not just about me. Now, a lot of avatars, it seems, did everything on their own. The difference is they had time to grow up and become the avatar and help keep balance and everything like that. Unfortunately, in this situation, Aang was lost for 100 years, the Fire Nation took over, and basically the whole world has been shifted and changed because of the imbalance and him being gone for 100 years. So this is a very different situation. Aang does not have the luxury to grow up within a world that has a balance in a sense, and then he becomes the Avatar over time training, because he was meant to go start training immediately when everything fell and everything went to shit. That was the plan. That was the goal. That was the path they were supposed to be taking with Aang. When I think about this, I think about Korra, because when you watch that show, Korra, she was little. She was already starting to bend different elements and everything, but she went and did training throughout all the elements, and finally she learned airbending at the last bit, because of course Aang's son. And so Korra had that luxury to grow up and learn different bendings, and then eventually go into airbending. Aang does not have the luxury. Aang is way younger, and he just woke up for 100 years being frozen, and now he has to do all this stuff. And once again, still hasn't started training on waterbending. I'm hoping it's in the back half, because we still have 4 episodes to go, but I really hope that starts happening, because we need to see Aang start to learn. And I started to suspect, the way this is being handled right now, what if he's going to potentially do some earthbending against Boomy, because it just happens, right? But no. So it did not happen. But I'm assuming now with Katara learning more and from the scroll, she has to start helping Aang. That's my guess. That's my hope. We'll see what happens. But anyways, so overall, once again, pretty good episode, pretty solid episode of Avatar: Last Airbender live action. And we'll see what happens next, guys. I think they did a pretty good job with the episode. And the pacing, we're still in Omashu and everything, so it wasn't like we were like rushing out or whatever. But I don't know where we're going from here, but we'll find out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.